Hello, everyone. Um, I am here today to talk about a very sensitive topic, and that's about childhood trauma. I know I have here childhood drama, but um, it's something that everyone needs to take a look at because we all have, and I'm going to do a reading as well to go along with what it is I'm speaking about. I have my notes here. Um, because let's see. Oh, get rid of that. All right. Childhood trauma. Basically, people that are having, yes, I know, every time he can sense when something's going on with me. This is a very hard topic for me to talk about, and I have been struggling with getting this video done for quite a while now. So basically, people that are not capable of love, I felt that this is very good to talk about. Um, Basically, being close to others, learning to love other people, having love relationships and healthy love relationships, along with unable to enjoy other relationships as well. Loneliness takes over, makes you isolated. You can get sick and unhappy and have arguments over your childhood trauma. Fear, clinging, or running away from a situation that has to do with any sort of situation about relationships. Don't let yourself get too lonely. Don't convince yourself loneliness is the key. And you have to make yourself connect. And you have to know your worth. You have to know your worth. As an adult, that's very hard to deal with because you've been through so much stuff growing up as a child. Let me hear. Okay, you have to live in the center of your being, and sometimes there's conflicts with relationships as well, and it resorts to sexual relationships, which with no strings attached usually, with rushing into a sexual relationships with a world of struggle, with having negative relationships. All right, every time, like it's a cycle, these negative relationships. Also, people people that have childhood trauma, they feel problems that they have in life as an adult should be pushed under the rug. The trauma is sometimes people say inappropriate things in public, or they say inappropriate things when they're in a group. You have a fight or flight mechanism thing going. You get agitated. You run or you hide. And also, childhood trauma has to do with, it can also create pain in the body, like body pain or fatigue, like you're always tired, you're depressed. Chronic pain, back, shoulder pain, because you're holding distress. Mental depression leads to trauma. You manifest this stress, you manifest this pain. You get headaches, you get stomach aches, you get ulcers. Yes, unresolved stress, autoimmune with migraines, neck and shoulder pain. People that suffer from migraines. The treatment is a somatic therapy, all right? What you have to do is you have to reorganize your way of thinking. That's what you need to do, reorganize your way of thinking. It's a psychological disorder also. It helps you from not having meaningful relationships. You have low self-esteem issues, childhood trauma. You have to get out of the cycle of this behavior, it says. Also, it creates social problems such as addiction, homelessness. This is mainly the underlying problem because you're trying to cover up your problems with alcohol or drugs or sex. And you have to basically try to win this battle of depression. Childhood abandonment issues creates this. When you internalize it, it can happen when you brush off your childhood trauma. Child abuse creates it. emotional harm, sexual abuse, abandonment. Parents have to, your parents, basically, back in our days when we were growing up, we were taught that children were seen and not heard. So you have to realize it's not you that had this problem, it was them. You have to remember that you're not the problem. It's your parents. Let's see, parents making children pay for what they went through. That's also another thing that I've discovered as I went through this situation myself, because yes, this is my therapy dog. So I too have childhood trauma that I've went through. Like I've been beat all my life. Not all my life. Throughout my childhood. Most of my childhood I've been beat by my father. And it's been a secret that I've kept. There's been many crazy situations that I can tell you about, but it's very difficult. Very, very difficult for me. It makes you to like build up a wall, so which prevents you from having love happy relationships. You have to surround yourself with positive people. You need to talk to someone that you trust about this. And another therapy that you can do is you have to look in the mirror, tell yourself, you have to love your inner child. Look in the mirror, tell yourself that you're beautiful, tell yourself that you're worthy, tell yourself that you're doing great, tell yourself that you're going to be okay. Tell yourself you're going to be strong. Also tell yourself that you're brave, and let yourself know as you're looking in the mirror that you love them, you love yourself, that you're worthy and that you're important. These are things that you need to do in order to get through this childhood drama if you don't want to like just express it or if you don't want to look at it, okay? Also, what you need to do is find two people. This is your therapy. Find two people and let them talk. Let them talk without you interrupting them. Let them talk. And meanwhile, you express positive things to them. All right? Without talking about yourself. Try that as an exercise, and that will help you. I guarantee that will help you. You need to find at least two people. Go to them. Talk to them about their childhood trauma or drama. Ask them about it. And let them talk without interrupting. Because people that have childhood trauma or childhood drama, they talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they overtalk people. But your exercise is to talk and listen. You need to be a good listener, all right? To help break through this barrier. Whew, oh my goodness, this is very crazy. Make yourself a great listener. Just let someone else talk without interrupting them. That's your exercise. Along with letting them talk without interrupting, along with looking in the mirror, tell yourself that you're going to be okay. Look in the mirror, tell yourself that you're strong. Tell yourself that you're brave. Tell yourself that you're proud of them, of how far they've come in life. Tell yourself that you love yourself. And talk to your inner child. Talk to the little child that's sitting there crying and upset over what they've went through. All right? My father, he beat me for as long as I can remember before I ran away from home. Not only that, the neighborhood kids picked on me. I got into so many fights. Nobody had a clue on what was going on inside the household. My grandmother, she had a foster home with 25 kids, and I ran up there for safety, try to interact and try to be with the kids up there. And my parents would tell me, you have 5 minutes to get down here to the house, and I still got beat. I got beat for little stuff, like leaving water spots on the dishes when I washed the dishes. I got beat for that. I got beat for getting out of the tub and dripping water through the house. I got beat for that. I also remember a time, took a lot of therapy to go through for this, took a lot of therapy. I remember a time when I was, my dad beat me so severely that I missed 3 days of school. And I remember feeling when he was beating me and holding me up by one leg and beating me, and it got to the point where I just couldn't even cry anymore. I was just so silent. And then he took me by that one leg and threw me on the bed. And after that, I remember feeling the belt welts on my leg, and I just stayed there under the covers. Just laid there for 3 solid days, missing school. And they were bringing my meals to me. And I remember when he was beating me and laughing and making such a loud ruckus about it, I remember seeing my mother walk past my bedroom to the bathroom, because you had to walk past my bedroom to the bathroom. And she didn't even look. She didn't even acknowledge. She didn't stop him, nothing. And I remember after the 3rd day of me missing school, she wrote a note and gave me the note, and I read the note. I read the note. I read it. And basically they said I was sick for 3 days. And I learned to forgive. I learned to forgive my mother. I mean, you have to forgive them. I mean, that's the only way you can move on, is to forgive them. And not only that, I mean, the neighborhood kids were just mean to me, mean, downright mean. And there was a lot of other, things that went on, that I just choose not to talk about. But I mean, this I can talk about, And I asked my dad, I said, why did you beat me so severely? Like when he was on his deathbed, I said, why did you beat me so severely? And he told me, he said, I had a choice whether to beat you or molest you. And I chose to beat you. That's what he told me. Can you believe that shit? So as I went through therapy with like 8 therapists, okay, they told me, yeah, that's about right. That's about right. He had a choice whether to molest you or beat you, and he chose to beat you. And he also told me that the reason why he beat me so severely is because that it was to make me a stronger person. He told me that it was to make sure that I wasn't going to be conceited, and that I wasn't thinking that I was like pretty or beautiful or anything like that. And he took credit for my life, how I turned out. And I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. And, I asked my mother stuff about this. I asked her, I said, is he my real father? Is he really my real father? And I remember she grabbing me, and her and I were having a tussle, like rolling around on the floor. And I was on top of her, and I had to stop myself and get up off of her, because it was like, this was so stupid. This was so stupid. Why I had to go through this, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. But I mean, it explains why I picked relationships that weren't good for me, why I chose to be in relationships with men that abused me, and, because I didn't have self-worth. I was doing the, oh, daddy, I'm such a good girl syndrome, and I wanted to prove that, that I was a good girl. So, I made that conscious decision not to be in those type of relationships anymore, okay? I made a conscious decision to love myself, to be happy with who I am, how far I've come, and yeah, I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. So what I wanted to tell you also is that, I have to do self-love, because my divine masculine, as I'm doing self-love, I know that he is doing self-love, because we are mirrors of each other. Most people that are going through this childhood trauma are into material possessions, they're angry at themselves. They have broken relationships. They have mother issues, mommy issues. They're angry about life. But you know what? Just to let go, it's free. It's free to let go. You just need to let it go. You need to forgive them. You need to love yourself and realize that you're not the problem. You know, you understand? You have to, you know, most of these men have resentment with women and resentment with men, and they resent their parents. All because their upbringing was different. You know, their upbringing was way different, where their parents showed them basically no emotions. No emotions. So here we have all these men out there that don't show emotions because that's how they were raised, you know? They got gifts as a, here you go play. You know what I'm saying? You understand? They don't know how to show love. These men nowadays do not know how to show love. They have self-hatred. They gossip. They're worse than women, some of them. When there is a problem, they brush it under the rug. But you need to know that your worth is everything. You need to know that. Your worth is everything. Some of them don't even have any real friends. I mean, you should at least have 1 or 2 real friends that you can talk to. All right? Basically, you have to send love. Give this person love. Let them know, out in the open. I mean, you have your ancestors, your spirit guides, your people that passed over to the other side. Let them know that you forgive. Let them know that you're ready to start your life anew. Let them know that you want to show love again. You want to be loved. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be, you know, have a happy, healthy relationship. Pray. Let God know. Let the universe know that you want to be happy. That you want to have a happy love relationship. I mean, there's a lot of painful shit. And stop feeling like you're the victim. Stop talking like you're the victim. Stop talking like everybody's doing you wrong. Get all that negative shit out of your head. Start talking positive. Think positive. Be positive. Fake it if you have to. All right? You know, I'm an earth angel. My guy who I was crazy about dropped me. He lied to me. He ghosted me. He's not taking responsibility. He's immature. But I'm not going to keep waiting, you know, because I've learned that I'm worthy. I've learned that I am unconditional love for everyone and for myself. And that there's no reason to be mad, all because of me not looking at who I am and looking at the woman that I've become. You know, I've learned to realize that it's not my dad's fault because of the way he was raised. I realized that it wasn't my mother's fault because of the way they were raised. I mean, it was a totally different generation then. And these men, you need to stop being so reckless. You really do. And basically, you're making a mess. Your body's falling apart. And your life is falling apart. So, my challenge to you is to find 2 people, ask them about their childhood, and sit there and listen without interrupting. Because you people with these childhood drama like to talk over people. Like to talk about yourself all the time. You want to be heard because you wasn't heard as a child. But my challenge to you is to sit and listen. That's what I challenge you. Sit and listen to somebody else for a change. All right? That's an exercise. Also, another exercise is to sit in front of the mirror or stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself that you're brave, you're strong, you love yourself, you deserve a happy love relationship. I challenge you to do that. All right? Let's shift your energy. Shift it, shift it, shift it. Okay, let's do a reading on childhood trauma, what you need to know. Okay, can you go, please? Thank you. All right. do a quick reading. Welcome to the Parrot Room. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, okay? Yeah, a lot of stuff happened to me. A lot of stuff happened to me. But, that's what I can talk about so far. No. All right? Universe, what do you want to let these people know? Ooh, what to do or what else they need to know about this childhood drama. All right? Oh, come on up here. Come on. He knows when I'm feeling a certain kind of way. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Okay, this is Longo. These are my puppies. All right. Universe, what do you want to tell these people about what they need to know about their childhood trauma? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you need to know, 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 okay? Okay. It says, let me get rid of this call for a minute. All right, it says, trust your feelings and perceptions. Trust your feelings and perceptions. You're on the right path with being in power, being in control. You're in power. You're in control. Trust your feelings and perceptions. You're on the right path. Also, I see some of you with an end of situation or relationship that is stuck. It's talking about making a whole 180-degree turn because you're depressed. And it all has to do with your present situation. You're depressed. You need to make this whole 180-degree turn, letting go, giving up, learn to see things in a whole new way. Let's see what you need to do to get rid of this depression. You're having negative expectations. You got to get rid of these negative expectations. Try some of these exercises that I talked about. Universe, what will happen once they let go of these negative expectations? We have one here. Here's another one. Okay, it's talking about work. Ooh, hard work that's going to pay off. You got to work on this. And it's talking about, like, there's a group of people. You clearly see your goal right here. You clearly see your goal. You're moving towards your goal. No need to worry. There's a group of people there that are going to help you. Whether they're your ancestors, guardian angels, whether it's the good Lord above, they're going to help you move towards your goal. All you have to do is ask and talk to them like I'm talking to you right now. They hear you. They answer you. You may not think that they're there. They exist. Your people that passed away that are on the other side, your guardian angels. What do we have? They're there to help you. You just need to ask for help. Ask them to help you. Ask for strength. All right? And the outcome. It's also, I see here, this isn't the outcome. I also see you're talking to somebody. All right? But it says they don't understand you. Don't worry. There's other people that you can talk to that's been through what you've been through, and they can give you the advice that you're looking for. Okay? You're going to be talking to someone openly and honestly who doesn't understand you. But that's okay. There's other people that you can talk to that's been through what you've been through. Don't be afraid. Let go of your fear. I'm sure you can find somebody, 2 people that you can talk to and ask them, tell me about your childhood. Did you have a good childhood? Can you give me an example of, or tell me about some of the trauma you went through, because I'm trying to work through mine. And sit there and listen to what they have to say without interrupting. Let them talk, and you be the listener. This will teach you how to be a good listener. And then you can hear what other people been through, which will help you on your journey so you can get out of this being stuck. All right? So you can stop being stuck with your childhood drama. So you can open your heart up and open up to having happy, healthy relationships, okay? Isn't that right, Longo? Isn't that right? Yeah. All right, so good luck to you. That's your challenge. All right, talk to you next time.